Yeah.
Trying to rectify some systems to get some processes.
So oil and gas is about a whole lot of systems, isn't it?
It is, everything's process.
Everything's process. Schoolie, how about the fire department? What happens if you don't do your job at the fire department?
Your piece of the pie doesn't get done,
No one gets a pie. What might actually happen though? In the middle of a burning building, if somebody doesn't go in the right way, what might happen?
the end all be all is we actually could die or lose effort. It sounds over dramatic, but it's true. We think that into people's life process.
So my business partner, Tony Gonzalez, he's been doing this his whole life, and he will tell you that it's tough because you end up seeing a lot of your friends die. Not a friend die, a lot of your friends die, right? And they talk it down, not to be over dramatic, right? That's a big damn deal. If you don't do your job right, someone dies. Well, what's going to happen if you don't do your job right, Steve? Ricky, can you get that handled? Not that I don't like the moon landing. What happens if you don't do your job right, Steve?
Somebody doesn't get their dream motorcycle.
Somebody doesn't get their dream motorcycle, right? So it's really easy to go, oh, Sam, no one's going to die if I don't sell them the bike. But what does die? Not only their dream, your check. The sale dies, right?
My dream.
We are huge fans of putting systems and process into place. I want the store running on systems so that the people can worry about connection with other people when they walk in the door. Not worried about where's the form and when do I push the bike to the service department. I want that to happen automatically on its own so that you can worry about nothing else, Augie, other than getting to know me and having a good time. That's what we're after. And that's what Justin and John are trying to implement in that department. So good, glad to have you. Steve, what do you sell?
At the moment, just processes.
Processes, okay, we'll get there. Steve.
Steve Sanchez, Erica Motorsports, bike sales, and came from the hospitality industry, so really selling experiences and relationships.
Hospitality industry is very well known for creating that right experience. There's a lot of information out there on Ritz-Carlton. Disney has a book called Be Our Guest. There's some great content about how, look, at the end of the day, it's a bed and a shower. How is it that you'll pay $300 for one room and $40 for another, right? How can I be the $300 room place? That's what we're after. At the end of the day, that thrust, what is it, 15,000? Is that what that bike is? 15.5-ish, huh?
I was just depending on sales tax setup and all that.
Right, but roughly
14.5
14.5, 15.5, so 15 grand. How come some dealers are getting, and that's a bad example because I hope you're getting full margin on that, although I've seen some discounts already, and I'm like, how are you discounting on that bike? The hope, look, forget that one. Take a 2015 Explorer, right? How come some guys are getting MSRP plus and some guys are discounting that bike $2,000? It's the same bike. Well, how are some hotel companies getting $300 a room and some are getting 40? And you might tell me, well, it's a different room, it's a different bed. You're missing the entire point. Right, Steve, what's your drink? You got a drink? You got a favorite drink?
Sure.
What's your drink?
What's my drink?
Yeah, if you go to a bar, you're gonna order a
Vodka tonic.
vodka tonic. Kettle One or any kind of vodka or what?
Kettle's good, yeah.
Okay, how much is a Kettle One at, what kind of a bar do you go to? Dive bar, martini bar? Yeah, but if you're going to pick one we're not going to a bar, but if you're going to pick one right now,
Go to the dive.
you're going to go to the dive. How much is a Kettle One and tonic at a dive bar?
Maybe $6.
$6. How much is a Kettle One and tonic at a martini bar?
Yeah, you're probably maybe $12, $15.
That's 2 to 3 times. Who in their right mind pays twice as much for something?
Experience.
Person doesn't want to hang over.
Yeah, but it's still the same Kettle One. I could understand well versus Kettle One, which is where I'm going. Hotel room, beautiful, luxury beds versus a cheap Motel 6. But even inside of the same exact product, Kettle One and tonic, that bottle of Kettle One's exactly the same, is it not? At the dive bar and the martini bar? How come they charge 2 times as much for it?
Service and the experience that you get there.
Because of this. This isn't, they don't sell this at a bar, they sell this at the bar. And the better they sell this, the more they can charge for that. Do you get it? It isn't about this. Which is why when people are like, oh, he wants a $500 discount on that bike, my question to him is, what's his dog's name? What? I didn't ask him about his dog's name. Really? Because this is what he'll pay a premium for, not that. I guarantee you asked him a million questions about the bike, what he's riding now, where he's going to go, does he know about the horsepower, how does it feel, and you didn't ask him a damn question about his wife, his kid, his dog, why he moved to Colorado, where he went on his last vacation. This is what holds margin, not this. Right? It's the same bottle of Ketel One. And once you get that concept, once you get the concept that people will knowingly and willingly pay more for something because they're enjoying the experience, they're having the human connection, which is ultimately what's for sale. Once you get that, then you realize how easy it is to get somebody to do what you want them to do at your price. Have a genuine connection with the person walking in the door. Watch what happens.
Yeah, and they only pay for the first couple minutes.
It could. A lot of people think I'm talking about a 7-year relationship with somebody. No. I'm talking about actually getting to know who you're talking to and having fun with them. All right? When you have that connection, once you get the concept of what I just explained, then it's just scale. Well, Sam, you're talking about a $10 drink. I'm talking about a $15,000 motorcycle. You're missing the point. $10 drink, $15,000 motorcycle, $200,000 Ferrari, $1 million yacht. Same thing. I just did a gig for, we play a lot in the marine industry as well. And I was in Norfolk, Virginia, and I gave a speech for a company called Blue Water Yachts. Blue Water Yachts. Nothing they sell is less than $1 million. Nothing. They don't have a boat on the lot less than $1 million. And they talk in multiples of millions. Hey, where's that 5? Did that 5 go out today? Okay, good job on that. Did we get that 7 brought to the back for the service department? Okay, good. And the 14er's coming in, right? As in the $14 million yachts on the way in, the $7 million yachts in service, and we sold the $5 million yacht. That's how they just toss money numbers around like that. Now let me ask you something. The dude that can afford a $5 million yacht, you think he cares about 50 grand? Nope. He cares about getting treated like royalty. He cares about walking in and making sure you know that he can afford a $5 million yacht. This is what he cares about, not that. We walk ourselves down the line of a product discussion with somebody, and we get into overcoming objections on product, and we try to work ourselves out of that. My conversation is, don't get in that. Stay out here. If you're at a bar and you're having, or a club or whatever thing you like to go to, and you're having the time of your life, do you go up to the bar and say, oh man, I'd really like a vodka tonic, but how much is it first before I order it? Does anybody do that? No. Why is it so painfully obvious to see in that world, but not in our showroom? The bartender doesn't pour the cocktail for you and then start to explain to you the ratio and how the fermentation process happens at the Ketel One factory, does she? She says, how's your day going? Where are you guys going? You guys going to go see the ball game? And then she turns around to pour somebody else a drink, and you look at your buddy and you're like, that girl's totally into me. It's what we do, right? And then she says, you want another one? You go, yeah. Yeah, I do. Which is why I've always said, if you want to sell more of those, stop talking about those. Talk to me about me. I'll buy all of your stuff if you talk to me about me. What do you sell, Steve?
Experiences and relationships.
Experiences, relationship. Isa.
Yeah, right.
Right on.
I'm from Marin Speed Shop in Marin, San Rafael, California. I've been in the industry off and on for 12, 13 years. Took about 5 years off and to the hospitality industry, managed the bar for 5 years.
Jim McLaughlin.
That would be my boss.
Hey man, let me know when you have time to talk. I got a couple questions for you. Is it about you? Because I didn't respond. I got that this morning. Just coincidentally, he says here in the room.
Yeah.
How is it these guys continually can run 30+% margins on used bikes? Now that has scaled down in the last year, but you guys typically crush it on used bikes. Crush it. How's it the same bike will sell for thousands less at another dealership? Well, have you been to their Kwanzaa hut? Literally, it's a Kwanzaa hut. It's freaking cool. You walk in and it just has the feeling about it. You walk into Erica Motorsports, which by the way, when we get done today, guys, you should go to Erica Motorsports because it's how far? 20 minutes? jump in an Uber and go to Airco Motorsports, because the feeling of the motorcycle shop is just, it's neat. The feeling, humans are feeling people. When the feeling is right, the margins go up. When you start talking about a bike and the mechanics, the margins go down. Product knowledge equals down margins, feeling and experiences equals up margins. Which world do you want to play in? What do you sell, Issa?
Experiences and relationships, and
Cheater.
mostly relationships. That's some of the what I did in the bar industry as well.
Yeah.
So you get people coming back and paying me dollars for that once.
By the way, let me read you a couple pieces of data. This is out of Polk Industries. By the way, any and everything I put up here for you guys, and those of you who've been through the boot camp, you already know this. I have a Dropbox called Boot Camp. Dropbox is a cloud where I store stuff, and I invite, actually I will give the registration list to Bill Archer, who will invite every one of you to the Dropbox. So every form, everything I talk about in this class will be on that Dropbox, so you guys can pull it down from the Dropbox. Okay, so just know that. This is from Polk Industries. Polk Industries, what I like, I typically use Polk Industries and the MIC. The MIC, the Motorcycle Industry Council, of which we'll go through some of this content